It's time again for the Science Bowl.
Zoo Parade for 5. What big teeth the hippo has are actually a pair of these. Science Potpourri for 10. Would a snake most likely eat every day? Every week, Dateline Science for 10. Why are some elephants wearing necklaces these days? Green things for 15.
And now, here's your host, Mr. Z himself, Dave Zarin.
Thank you and welcome to the Science Bowl, a special day today. We started this year with 40 elementary schools. We are down to the final 4. That final is coming up very shortly. One of today's 2 teams will be in that final game. Let's meet the teams right now. First from Robert Goddard Montessori, would you say hello please to Brianna Wynn, Michael Lynch, and Aforbeke Nweke. And from University Park Elementary School, here they are, Sean Leonard, Abby Coleman, and Riley Commissar-Burry. And now here are the categories of questions we use on the Science Bowl.
Okay, Mr. Z, here's today's categories. Green things, questions about plants and all things green and growing. Zoo Parade, a Noah's Ark of questions about animals. Body systems, we'll see how much you know about yourself, about things like breathing and growing and digesting your food. Let's get physical. Questions that test your knowledge of physics and chemistry, earth science and space science. Then there's Science Potpourri. Here's a grab bag of science questions, everything from air pollution to the kitchen sink. And finally, Dateline Science. We'll ask you about science history and science in the news.
Here on the Science Bowl, our game board reflects question difficulty with the easier questions on the left. They're worth 5 and 10 points. The tougher ones worth 15, 20, and ultimately 25, the toughest question of them all. Both of our teams start out at 50 points. No penalties ever for incorrect answers. At the end of the 2 rounds today, we will have one of 2 semifinalists going into that final game. Let's go over and make sure everything is working properly. Before we start, let's go to the red team. And Michael, would you try that buzzer for me? Thank you, young man. Good luck to you, to Aforbeke, and to Brianna. And Abby, would you try the green teams? It looks A-okay. It sounds good, too. You, Riley, and Sean, good luck to you as well. And congratulations. Very few teams make it this far in our competition. You guys are the best of the best. You're looking good, too. I like your matching shirts over there. Good luck. No one really loses on the Science Bowl, but one of you will be going on. Let's start out. We go alphabetically, R before you. So Robert, Goddard, and Michael, let's play the Science Bowl.
Let's get physical for 10?
Get physical for 10 points. Teams, this term describes the force of gravity acting on anything that has mass. Robert Goddard.
Weight?
It is weight. Indeed, it is. Good answer. Nice start. Go.
Zoo Parade for 10?
Zoo Parade for 10 points. Teams, dodos are no longer synonymous with stupid, according to a recent article, because they are related to what modern-day birds that we can train to home and University Park.
A pigeon?
Pigeons, yeah, homing pigeons, and they carried messages during the war. So pigeons are no dummies, and apparently neither were dodos. Green, please.
Science Potpourri for 10 points, please.
Potpourri for 10 points. Teams, back in 1972, Eugene Cernan, the last of America's astronauts on the moon, wrecked his lunar vehicle. He knocked the bumper off and he had no tools, so he used this adhesive. University Park.
Duct tape?
He used duct tape to fix it, absolutely. Even though he was on the moon, he improvised. All right, 70 to 60, University Park, you're in the lead. Abby, you pick.
Dateline for 10. Dateline for 10. Dateline Science for 10 points, please.
For 10 points, a 2-part answer. Listen carefully. Amid all the bad news of species going extinct, there is good news that these 2 creatures are coming back in great numbers. University Park.
The tiger and the panda?
Good try, Robert Goddard. I will finish the question for you. University Park jumped in there. The 2 creatures that are making dramatic comebacks are these butterflies that we know migrate to Mexico and these Floridian sea cows.
Manatees and monarchs?
That's what I want to hear. Good. Nice comeback. Go.
Green things for 10?
Green things for 10 points. Teams, a new species with the scientific name Solanum watneyi is named for fictitious astronaut Mark Watney. University Park.
The Martian. He was on Mars. Grew potatoes.
Bing, bing, bing. That's what we wanted to hear. Potato was the right word, indeed. All right. Yes, he grew those tuberous vegetables, and I figured you knew that in there somewhere. All right, go. Green.
Body systems for 10 points.
Body system for 10 points. Teams, practically nobody knows that this is the proper name for the root of a tooth, but everybody knows it is also the term used for very long canine teeth found in, yes, Michael.
Fangs?
Fangs, yes, like in Dracula. Those are his fangs too, and many animals have them. Go red. Tie score, 80 all.
Let's get physical for 15.
Get physical for 15 points. Teams, your question right now, because we know that black holes collide, there are sounds in space that are created. Robert Goddard.
Gravitational waves?
Gravitational waves, absolutely right. Just as Einstein predicted, they have recently been detected. So we now have the sounds as well as the sights of the universe. Go red.
Zoo Parade for 15.
Zoo Parade, 15 points. Teams, the NBA team, the Charlotte Hornets. Yeah, they probably have trainers and coaches, but since they're named for insects, they might have one of these professional bug people on staff. Robert Goddard.
Pastule Forbicae.
Forbicae?
Exterminators?
Not exterminators. University Park. What do you think they might have on staff? What kind of bug experts?
An entomologist?
Yeah, they probably have an entomologist on staff. They probably don't, but they should. I like that. Go green. 95 all.
Dateline science for 5 points.
Dateline science for 5 points. Teams. Astronaut Scott Kelly, who just came back from a year in space, on his last day to have fun with the Russian cosmonauts, he dressed up in a suit of this University Park.
A gorilla?
Yeah, he had on the largest primate suit. He dressed up like a gorilla and chased everybody around the space capsule there. We question why he had that with him in the first place. Go green.
Science potpourri for 15 points, please.
Potpourri for 15 points. Two-part answer. Listen carefully. We know that air, if it is unpolluted, is odorless and tasteless and invisible. But it can still be detected by what two other senses? Robert Goddard.
You can smell it and taste it?
No, I said it's tasteless, and it is odorless, and it is invisible. But what other two senses do let you know that the air is there?
You can hear it and feel it?
That's exactly right. Yes, you can hear the whoosh, and you can feel it against your skin. Nicely done. Go green.
Green things for 5 points.
Green things for 5 points. Teams, these trees depend on forgetful squirrels to propagate themselves. University Park.
The oak tree?
Oak trees, yeah. They bury the acorns and the squirrels. Oh, I forgot. Luckily for the oak. That buzzer is rung. What a good first round. Our score is Robert Goddard 95, University Park 120. We'll be back with round 2 in just one moment. Don't you go away.
If you're like most families, you probably have video game fans in your home. But not every game is right for every kid, which is where the ESRB ratings come in. They help parents make informed decisions for their kids. And there's an easy-to-use mobile app that gives you detailed info on specific game ratings. Video game consoles have parental controls that you can set to block certain games by age rating, so they get all the fun, and you get peace of mind.
And welcome back to Science Bowl, the first of our 2 semifinal games, the finale of this, our 30th year here on the air in Prince George's schools, and we've got 6 great players here, and they all, including their alternates and the other teams playing in the semifinals, all because of their achievements, will be taking home an Audubon field guide and their choice of subjects. We have field guides for mammals and birds and insects and night skies and fossils. And we hope that they all will treasure these for many, many years to come. And the ultimate winner also will be taking home a plaque, individual plaque, and one for the school that we will engrave to pay tribute to their achievement. Let's go over and meet our players if you haven't had the pleasure of meeting them any other time during this competition. Let's go first to Robert Goddard Montessori. And boy, you guys came out of nowhere, and your wonderful coach, Lisa Jellison, has really pushed you hard to get here, and here you are in the semifinals. Mike, tell us about Robert Goddard Montessori. Where are you housed?
Seabrook
In Seabrook, yeah, and it's a great school over there. And I know in other programs you told us what Montessori was. For people who don't know, can you give us that nice thumbnail sketch again?
So it's where you're going to have a lot of people in one class and a lot of grades, but also you get to work on your own level. So if you don't feel comfortable with a subject, you can go down, and if you excel at one, you can go up.
So it's really kind of customized education. You know, everybody is different, and it's certainly working for you guys. You guys are just sharp as can be over there. All right, Robert Goddard there. So we know that Miss Jellison, the wonderful Miss Jellison, who has helped us judge, is your coach. Who's your principal?
Miss Dimmy.
And she is here today, and she is so proud of you guys. And I hope this is a big deal back at school, because it is a big deal. Did you have alternates on your team, Mike?
Yes. Some of them couldn't come today, but.
But those that are here, what are their first names?
Chidera, Jordan, no, not Ginger, Snowden, and Quinn.
Wonderful. We'll meet them in just a few moments
Layla.
here. Who else?
Layla.
Okay. Oh, Layla. Yeah, we don't want to forget she's going to get you if you don't mention her name. Mike, tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
Well, I like to play Magic with my cousin, who is over there.
Yeah, this is a family feud here today, folks. Yeah, your cousin's on the other team.
And I also like to just watch Science Bowl.
Yeah, we appreciate that. And boy, that accounts for how well you do on this program here. Someday, what do you want to do, Michael?
I want to be a physicist.
Physicist, you'll be a good one. And you're a great team captain, too. And you have a great sense of humor. I love having you here. Forbeke, nice to have you back. You also have a great smile and a great sense of competition here. And you have a whole laundry list of things that you want to do when you get older. Tell us about them.
I want to be an astronomer, a paleontologist, a chef, or a dentist.
Well, those are some really interesting professions there. At some point, maybe you'll have to tighten that choice down, but you know, a lot of us still don't know what we want to do when we grow up, you know, so there are always careers out there that are waiting for you. What do you do in your spare time when you're not cooking?
I play sports and my saxophone.
Yeah, wonderful. Well, you're such a well-involved young man. And Brianna, nice to have you back here today. Tell us about yourself. What do you do in your spare time?
I like to study things like pi, presidents, periodic table, and states and capitals.
Absolutely, you know, and it's hard to fool you. You know, because I asked her once, I said, how many places do you know for pi? And she just kept going and going and going and going. So she has it all down. What do you want to do someday?
I want to be a chemist.
Chemist, yes, we have a chemist and a physicist and a lots of things over there. All right, University Park, nice to have you guys here. And I like those shirts you're wearing. Your wonderful coach, Mr. Favero, designed those to match the sign that is exactly behind you there, letter for letter, font for font. You're looking good. Abby, tell us, who's your principal?
Our principal is Miss Davis.
Miss Davis, and boy, she is a huge supporter of this, and she's got a great sense of humor too. I like her spirit. And you have a shadow team out there, don't you? Who are they?
Yeah, we have 3 alternates. Lilia, Jordan, and Mia.
And we'll meet them in just a few moments when they come out with Mr. Favero. And tell us about your school. It's over there in the College Park area. What do you want to do someday, Abby?
When I grow up, I want to be a planetary geologist because I really, 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 really love rocks, and I really, really, really like space. Yes. And I study rocks a lot, and I study space a lot. So one day, I thought, what if there was a profession that had both of those? And it turns out there was.
I think you made a really, really, really good choice because everything just matches up perfectly for you. And I like your passion. I like that you got that spirit. You're a great captain, too. What do you do in your spare time?
A lot of times I watch science videos on YouTube. I read, I sing, I play ukulele and some piano, and I draw. Wow.
You're a performer, and I can tell. You know, you just got a lot of poise and self-confidence over there. Riley, tell us about yourself. I know in another program you said you're into cybersecurity, and I was watching something on 60 Minutes the other night, and boy, you just want to hide. You never want to use your cell phone again because everybody is out there hacking everything. Yeah. How'd you get interested in all that?
My cousin, when he was about my age, he programmed websites using like HTML. Yeah. And I found that really cool. And also, a lot of TV shows I watch have like hackers in them, and I wanted to be a hacker.
Yes, I remember you telling us the last time. We talked about that afterwards. You're such a good player, and it's just a joy to have you here again. And Sean, how are you and your cousin getting along here? Because you're playing each other today. You can settle this later, right?
Yeah.
You know, someone will have some bragging rights here. Now, I know last time you weren't quite sure what you wanted to do when you got older. You're still undecided, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What do you do in your spare time when you're not studying for Science Bowl?
I watch YouTube, play Magic, The Gathering. I also have swimming and Boy Scouts.
Wow. What rank are you in scouting?
I'm a tenderfoot.
Tenderfoot. So you're just starting out. You know, the eagle is out there on the horizon somewhere. Don't give up. Make sure you get there. Let's get back into our game. Goddard is at 95 and University Park is at 120. We have lots of points to give away yet. The toughest questions still remain. Last correct answer came from the green team. So Abby, start us out, please.
Dateline for 15. Dateline signs for 15 points, please.
Dateline for 15. Teams, it was back in 1628 that William Harvey, the so-called father of circulation, discovered that these blood vessels have valves that let blood return to the heart. Robert Goddard.
Arteries?
Not arteries, no. University Park. Harvey discovered that these blood vessels have valves that let blood return to the heart, but not the other direction.
Veins?
Veins is right. Yes, indeed. Good. Green.
No, green things for 15. Green things for 15.
Green things for 15 points. Teams, this is an interesting question. We know that trees transpire and respire, but in the Amazon, yes, University Park.
Inspire and expire.
Not inspire and expire. Good try. Robert Goddard, let me start over for you. We know that trees transpire and respire, but in the Amazon, after a heavy rain, the trees there look like they are doing this that we do to cool ourselves down.
Sweat.
And what's another name?
Expire.
Not expire. No. It's perspire. Perspire is what we were looking for there. Judges, are we in agreement on that? Yes, okay. All right, so are we awarding them the points or not? We are not. Okay, good try. We go back to green.
Body systems for 15.
Body systems for 15 points. Teams, a woman who wanted to have a baby recently got the very first transplant of one of these organs, otherwise known University Park.
Uterus?
Yes, she got a uterus. I was going to say otherwise known as the womb. Unfortunately, it did not take and they had to remove it. There were some problems with it. But that was a landmark operation. It has been done overseas already. 150 to 95, University Park. Go again, please.
Zoo parade for 5 points, please.
Zoo parade for 5 points. Teams, if someone gifts you with one of these equines, don't look it in the mouth. University Park.
A horse?
A horse. Don't look a gift horse in the mouth. Because normally you do that to see their teeth, and you know, sometimes if they have bad teeth, that's not such a good sign. But if it's a gift, just shut up and take it. Okay, go green.
Dateline for 20 points, please.
Dateline for 20 points is a visual question. Look at the monitor, everybody in the studio, please. This famed American, even though he had nothing to do with the Yes, Robert Goddard.
Thomas Edison.
It is Thomas Edison, and he, even though he had nothing to do with the telephone, first proposed that you answer a telephone with the word hello. But of course, he is identified with incandescent light bulbs. Thank you, Brianna. Go red.
Let's get physical for 20.
Let's get physical for 20 points. A mathematical question. Teams, astronaut Scott Kelly, who spent 340 days in space, made 5,440 orbits. Meaning in that period of time, how many sunrises and sunsets did he see? Robert Goddard.
Can you repeat the number?
Can't repeat the numbers.
10,000.
Good try. Good try. University Park.
Can you repeat the question?
I can. In his 340 days, Scott Kelly made 5,440 orbits, meaning he saw how many sunrises and sunsets?
1,880.
10,880. Both of you came very close. All right, tough to do that in your head. Go red. Mike.
Zoo parade for 20.
Zoo parade for 20 points. Teams, the coconut crab, which is the world's biggest land arthropod, tests the limits of this supporting structure made of chitin. Robert Goddard.
exoskeleton.
The exoskeleton, absolutely right, because any bigger and the creature would probably collapse on itself because it doesn't have any internal framework. Red.
Science potpourri for 20.
Potpourri for 20 points. Get this right, we have a tie game. Teams, the SAT, the test that a lot of high school seniors dread, has been revised, and the vocabulary section no longer contains the word lachrymose, which means that you do this a lot because your lacrimal glands work overtime. Robert Goddard.
Sweat.
Not sweat, good try. You are lachrymose, you do this a lot because your lacrimal glands work overtime, Abby.
Cry.
Cry, absolutely right. You shed a lot of tears. Green, good comeback.
Let's get physical for 5 points.
Get physical for 5 points. Teams, every year, scientists and specifically mathematicians celebrate this on March. Robert Goddard.
Pi Day.
Pi Day. You guys were ready for that one. Absolutely. Go. Red.
Green things for 20.
Green things, 20 points. Question is as follows. This federal agency started out by selecting good seeds for farmers. They still do that today, but they also rule on the safety of our food. It is the University Park.
The USDA.
That's what I want to hear. You know, USDA, U.S. Department of Agriculture. Good. Go green.
Body systems for 20 points.
Body systems for 20 points. Teams, the term hypodermic, as in hypodermic needle, means specifically this. Hypodermic means specifically this. Robert Goddard.
Pastule forbicae.
Last layer of skin.
Last layer of skin. Not quite. Not quite. Hypodermic, University Park, means what?
Electric needle.
You came close. It means under the skin, just under the skin. All right, good try, no points. 195, 140, still anybody's game. Abby, you choose.
No, Dateline for 25. Dateline science for 25 points.
Dateline science for 25. Big one in that category, teams. Recently, a contestant on Jeopardy lost a lot of money because they added an extra word into the name of Charles Darwin's famous book, which was On the Origin of These. Robert Goddard.
Evolution?
Not evolution, good try. Charles Darwin's landmark book. Contestant on Jeopardy added an extra letter in there. The name of the book was On the Origin of These.
What did you say? Birds?
Species. Species. And the Jeopardy contestant said on the origin of a species. It is not just one, it is all. Tough question, no points. Go again, green.
Science potpourri for 25 points.
In that category, teams, the 25-point question, geneticists now say that 1 to 4% of our genes, in all of us, come from these ancient men that lived 40,000 years ago. Robert Goddard.
Cavemen or Neanderthals?
That's exactly what I want to hear, the Neanderthal genes. Some of us have more than others. Go, red.
Let's get physical for 25.
For 25 points, and let's get physical. Teams, if you are in sports, you know that if you run behind the leader, or swim behind the leader, or in a race car behind the leading car, or a goose behind the lead goose, air resistance has dropped. What D initial term describes that, University Park?
Drag.
Not drag. Good try. Robert Goddard, air resistance is reduced. If you are behind that lead goose or car or swimmer, it is easier. What D initial term describes what you are doing?
Drifting?
Drafting. Oh. Drafting was the right answer. Try again, red.
Zupre for 25.
Zupre for 25 is a visual question. Look at the monitor in the studio, please. Teams, this curved mouth part on University Park.
Pass to Sean.
Sean.
Proboscis?
Proboscis it is, absolutely right. Also the name of the protuberance found on tapirs and elephants and many other insects. Nicely done, Sean. Go green.
25. Body systems for 25. Body systems for 25, please.
Body systems, 25 points. Teams, astronauts that spend a long time in space in weightlessness suffer from bone demineralization, which is very similar to what disease many older women, Robert Goddard.
Arthritis?
Not arthritis. Many times older women suffer from this same kind of bone demineralization here on Earth without ever having going to space. What is that known as?
Bone demineralization. Just say something random. I don't.
That is osteoporosis. Osteoporosis. Try again. Green. 3 questions left.
Green things for 25 points.
Green things for 25 points. Teams, if you wanted to see a pseudomorph, you would go to the Painted Desert in Arizona and see that the silica mineral has taken place of all of the wood in this wood that has been dead for a long time. University Park.
Petrified wood?
Petrified wood, absolutely right. Good answer. Go again.
Science potpourri for 5 points.
Potpourri for 5 points in the new movie Zootopia. To make fun of how slow things go at the Department of Motor Vehicles, Michael.
They made them all sloths?
They made them all sloths, absolutely right. Oh, we won't get to that last question. What a great game. We'll be back with a wrap-up in just a moment. Don't you go away.
Minds can achieve anything. We make sure they get to college. Federal student aid provides more than $150 billion in grants, loans, and work-study funds to make college possible for anyone with the mind to get there. Because if given the chance, minds will do great things. Federal Student Aid, proud sponsor of the American Mind. Learn more about money for college at studentaid.gov.
The Science Bowl is very special. I participated in it. I watch it. My children watch it. My grandchildren watch it. It's a legend, not just in Prince George's County, but throughout the state. And I just want to say congratulations for a job well done. 30 years and counting.
And welcome back to Science Bowl. That was Senator Mike Miller, the president of the Maryland State Senate, congratulating Science Bowl on its 30th anniversary. He too was a contestant on this show in a celebrity match many years ago. What a great game we had today. We expected it and we got it. 6 ideal players here. They don't get any better. Our final tally is Robert Goddard, Montessori 170, University Park 245. Congratulations to the team in green. Boy, they're smiling as they should over there. Look at all the alternates over there. Jordan, wave to everybody, Jordan, and Mia, and Lilia, and Mr. Favero, congratulations. I like those shirts. And Miss Davis, you got that great smile always. I know how proud you are. Let me see some smiles over here. You guys, you came out of nowhere. Brianna and Michael and Aforbe, you played such a great season here. I don't want to see you leave. And I do want to see you come back and play the game again. Look at all the alternates out there. We've got Shadera and Quinn and Layla and Snowden and Jordan and, of course, Aforbe and Michael and Brianna. You did a great job. And Miss Demi is here, the principal. I know how proud she is of this team. And Miss Jellison there, very proud coach. And thanks for all you do for our program, Lisa. And thank you for being here. We'll see you in the next semifinal game. And make sure you see this year's finals. We'll see you then. Bye-bye.